Namaste, welcome back. My name is Raghunath. This is day 24 of our men's 30-day yoga challenge, where I'm encouraging men to show up, women to show up, anybody to show up for 10 minutes. Be with me, take them easy or make them tougher. String all these classes together and make a long sequence out of them so you can add to enhance your life. Now today we're going to start on a block or a book or a pillow. We do that because our knees tend to eventually get hurt. Look at my knuckles here. See these big knuckles I have? I'm going to start to massage my feet back and forth, stepping into these knuckles, or pressing into my feet with my knuckles. Anyway, you keep doing that. I'm just going to talk a little. You know, there's this element in our yoga practice. We mentioned yesterday how the world is providing so much for us. The earth is supplying food, and the healthiest greens I could eat just grow wild if I can figure out what is healthy, what is unhealthy. Actually, we are being totally taken care of by the sun, by the rain, by the spring water, by the fruits and the vegetables from the tree. I took my kids out last week and we just went foraging in the forest. There's so much food just in the forest growing wild without even planting anything. So we are being taken care of, and when we really get to appreciate that, this is the greatest lack in our culture, is appreciation. By the way, keep doing this to your feet while I'm talking. Just going back and forth, just like that. Now you're going to stop and you're going to take your fingers, interlace them, and press them up high. Just stay like that. Just stay like that. This is what we lack most in this culture, is appreciation. And when I learn how much that I have, then I naturally become appreciative. You know what happens when I become appreciative, or another word for that is grateful? You never become sad. My sadness comes from my entitlement. If you've got a teenage son, and I do, I got a couple of them, you'll find that at that age, there's this feeling of entitlement. By the way, keep those hands up. Good. Now, wide arms. Watch what you're going to do while I talk. You're going to press your palms away. So your palms are up and down, but your arms are parallel to the floor, your palms are parallel to the wall, and you're just going to roll your fingers like this. Keep that going while I talk, okay? So when you get to a certain age, and you know, if you were a teenager, you know this, you get this feeling like of entitlement where you feel like, yeah, I'm supposed to be taken care of, right? Of course, mom will pay for this, dad will pay for this. You know what I mean? Sometimes teenagers are mean to their parents. They're mean to the parents who are providing them for everything. They're treating their parents like they're fools or like they're jerks, and they don't want any advice from them, and they're entitled, but they still want their bank account. They still treat them like an ATM card. That's called entitlement. It's actually very ugly. This is the condition of the jiva, or the spirit, who's an illusion. So according to the yogis, we are like these entitled beings. We think everything should be provided for me. Actually, if a child is smart, they'll start to realize, wow, somebody loves me. I'm being taken care of. And therefore, you this overwhelming, hey, keep doing this, don't stop doing this. Good. Take a break, shake out your hands. Little shake, little shake, little shake. Okay, now, you're going to take this hand, your left hand, and grab the finger and start to bring the finger to you. So the palm is parallel to the wall, you're going to bring this finger in. After a few breaths, you're going to switch to the middle finger, just like that. Keep doing that to all the fingers and the thumb. As we wake up from the illusion of the material world, we start to become incredibly grateful. After you finish one side, we do the other side. Start with the thumb, finger like this. When we become grateful, it eliminates sadness and depression. Hey, maybe you have to go on some type of medication for depression. But why don't you practice this first? Why don't you practice really being thoughtful and grateful for how much we have? That might change it right there. On a regular basis, make that part of your yoga practice, your morning practice, Speak your gratitude. If people have been giving to you in your life, speak to them. We're not entitled, right? We're not entitled. We are grateful for all that we have. Good. After we stretch our fingers just like this, come into our favorite pose, downward facing dog. This is our home base. It feels so good to be here. Pedal out your legs. And we're going to start with a simple twist with our legs. Watch. I'm going to turn towards the camera to my left, pivoting on my heels and bend my knees. Oh, this feels good. It stretches my whole side ribs and my shoulder. Then straighten and twist back. And then straighten and twist. And then straighten and twist. Ooh. Back to the center. Lift your right foot high. Bring it right between fingertips. Stay here. Maybe my first lunge of the day, probably. Unless you were lunging around the house before I came. Good. Now, sweep your hands up high. I'm gonna, instead of bring them up like this, let's bring them up first, but then bring them out. Sort of like a cactus. And then find a back bend here. Heart comes high. Hands come down, step forward, hang. Pull this leg up to tree, left leg comes up to tree. Arms out wide like tree branches. What would it be like to lift the knee up? Some of you can even straighten the leg. Whoa! Pull it back to tree. Bring the knee forward. Step back to plank, lower down. Left foot up high. Bring it through. Couple breaths here. Get accustomed to this long lunge. Wake up these legs. Bring them up. Hands out wide like a cactus, arms up high. Find a back bend here. My hips stay low, heart up high. Whew. Hands to the floor. Step forward. Hang. Come up to standing. Bring that other leg up to tree now. Hands out wide. Stay here or lift the knee out to the side. Flex the foot. Stay there or straighten the leg. So I'm either staying here, right? Now stepping back. Coming into my plank position. Looking forward. Try to keep your elbows above the wrist and then come down halfway in chaturanga. Up dog, straight arms. Down dog, exhale. Breathe deep. Pedal out your heels. Let's do those twists again. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Two straight legs. Right foot up high. Lunge it through. Hands up high. Hands out wide. Watch. Right, left arm is going to wrap underneath Garuda arms again. Here. Now, watch what I do with my Garuda arms. Drop them forward. Stay here. Now I'm going to come up to one leg. This is a little tricky. Try your best. Tree pose. Maybe, maybe not, maybe. I'm going to try it. You know what? I'm going to try it. I might fall down. Big deal. Release it slow, right to the lunge. I'm going to try it and I might fall down. Big deal. Step back to dog. Left foot high. Lunge it through. Reach up high. Exhale. Some people might say, Raghu, shut up. Why is your mouth so big? And you know what? Do you want me to fake it? Do you want me to walk around like this and say, hey man, how are you? You want me to be authentic or you want me to just be a fake yoga clone? I'd rather just be real. And that's how I talk. That's okay. Garuda arms, drop your heart. Now, we stay here for a few breaths. Remember, we went right to warrior 3. Like this, it's not so easy. Right, you might have to do this a few times, right? Tap that toe. Swing it through. There we go. Take a big inhale. Release it on the exhale. Woo. Slide down to the lunge. Step back to plank. Let's take one push-up only. Halfway down. Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Woo. Child's pose. Lay on your back. We're going to do a simple bridge pose before we end. I'm going to hold my ankles or palms on the floor, knees come together, feet are slightly pigeon-toed. You can even grip the mat, watch. I'm going to grip the mat and walk in. My shins go forward, my heart comes back, and my chin is getting drawn right into my sternum. Try not to clench your bottom. And then release it. Lay on your back or hug your knees first. Pull your knees up towards your heart. Maybe spin your knees around in both directions. And then release it. You made it. You made it to Shavasana already. You did that whole thing in 10 minutes. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow. If you're doing this 30-day challenge, you're almost done with 30 days. And I'm honored that you were here with me and brought me into your home. And if you didn't do 30 days, if you just randomly showed up, if you sign up, there's a link here somewhere that you can sign up, give your email address. You will get these in your inbox, and I will show up in your house on a regular basis to teach you yoga for 10 minutes a day. Wouldn't that be great, hanging out with me every day? I even get sick of me sometimes. I get it. Thank you for letting me serve you. My name is Raghunath. Namaste.